What will a summer be without transfer drama? One transfer saga finally ends. Another transfer saga begins.
Mm-hmm.
Ademola Lookman. Frustrated, upset, annoyed, angry. So many different adjectives that you can use to describe him. Ademola Lookman has handed in a formal transfer request and has also made a public statement essentially asking to be freed from the shackles of Atalanta.
Mm-hmm.
In a statement, he alleges mistreatment, alleges broken promises,
Mm-hmm.
and alleges that the club is refusing to accept offers that are in the realm of what was previously agreed upon.
Yes. Yeah, I want to talk about that.
Atalanta have come out and have said that he too is also trying to break a promise.
Mm-hmm.
That he promised that he would not wear the jersey of another Italian club. Or at least if you want to wear the jersey, it's not directly from us to that team.
Because it's the same jersey now.
It's the same jersey.
Yeah, continue.
So Lookman is saying broken promises. Atalanta is saying, well, Yusuf, you want to break a promise that you made. We've also heard that they need Inter Milan to better the offer to 50 million for them to actually even consider it.
Mm-hmm.
Some Nigerians have said, free Lookman.
Mm-hmm.
Some people have said, how can Atalanta actually sell him for less than 50?
Mm-hmm.
If a 27-year-old Luis Diaz is going for 75. If Nonso Madueke is going for 55.
Mm-hmm.
That's even Intercept supposed to up their offer.
Mm-hmm.
Some people say it's because of his age. Some people say it's because of his contract situation.
Mm-hmm.
It's made like Atalanta or Lookman. Where do you stand in this debate or in this fight? What are your thoughts?
You know, we cannot pretend that we don't know the character of some of our players that we have. At least, if we are not really very close to them, well, at least we know what they can do. You mentioned something that it broke there was an agreement. Atlanta, they are mentioning 50 million euros now. So that's in the region of 44 to 50. If they see, they will let him go. Like within that, but not less than 40 million euros. And but why I would not also blame Atlanta is that they didn't mention the Italian, that maybe Italian club can also pay that amount of money. So is for me, I just think that what happened last year, when it was it last year or this year that the coach came after him, that told him that he missed the penalty, he's a bad penalty taker and things like that. It's already broken. The team is already not really good before. So I just think that this word is not hard. And they can sit down with Inter Milan, negotiate some bonuses with it, and see exactly what's going to happen. So let me tell you something. Atlanta, they are very stubborn. This is what they did to Cope Miner. Cope Miner left on a bad note to Juventus. This is what they will do all the time. Atlanta, they are so reluctant to sell player to a fellow Italian team. They did that to this guy was with them too now. The guy from Barcelona, Frank Kessie. He sold Frank Kessie to AC Milan. The same problem because they don't want you to have an advantage over them. For me, Lookman served them. Lookman gave them Europa League trophy. Look at the good old days. Allow him to live. And the issue is not even about Inter paying money. It's about Lookman. Lookman got 1 year left on his contract. You've mentioned different example of this thing. See, Lookman is a Serie A proven player. It's not. See, if you're a Premier League proven player, it's the added advantage already. So he's a Serie A proven player, and it's going. Serie A doesn't really have big money like that. It's going from Serie A to Serie A. So, I just hope that he can release this boy. We need this boy to start preseason very soon. We play South Africa in less than 4 weeks. It's what I'm fighting for. This boy needs to start kicking ball. And I'm using this medium too So I plan to tell the board in Atalanta that please let him go. I stand with Lookman. And I'm also hearing as Arsenal that they are entering the race this evening because Ebrechese is too expensive. I don't rely on Arsenal. Arsenal, they are window choppers. Yeah, they just check on window and they leave. So for me, I just hope that Lookman can get his move.
Okay. My perspective on this. It's very tricky when it comes to players fighting their clubs, man. Does Ademola Lookman deserve to move to a better opportunity, a better club? Absolutely, yes, he does. Is Atalanta obliged to make that happen for him? No, they are not. Usually, the clubs accept these terms from players. Yes, they do. When a player wants to leave, you are better off just letting a player go than to hold them against their desires. It never really works out well for either party when that happens. But Atalanta don't want to strengthen their rivals. And if they have to strengthen their rivals, they want to make money that they feel is worth the value of the player that they are letting go. They don't want to let their best player go to a team that finished just above them for less than what they feel like he's worth. I referenced Madueke going for 55. Okay, Madueke is young. Luis Diaz is 27 as well. He moved for 75. And then they'll be saying, how is this guy supposed to now go for 40, 45 even? Regardless of how long is left on his contract. It's easy for us because we are fans of the player to say Atalanta should do this, Atalanta should do that. But Atalanta, they are running a business now. They will look at their finances. They will look at the fact that Lookman has an agreement with them. And all those things will come into consideration. They are also saying that he promised not to join another Italian team. If in fact he did promise that, then you understand their stance a little bit. I think that Lookman made a public statement to try to apply more pressure on the club. If the public is against them, it's harder for them to keep him. But the club holds most of the cards because he's still under contract. They wouldn't want to let him leave for free in next summer. But I feel like if they show strong head enough, some people have strong head, they would rather he leave for free next summer than just bow to his terms. Some teams are like that. It's not a new thing for players to try to force their way out of the club. In fact, we see Alexander Isak trying to force his way out of Newcastle at the same time. But he's under contract, and Newcastle said, unless we get a ready replacement and we get the right amount of money, we are not allowing you go. And this is something that as much as I side with players, when you have a contract, man, you have to stick to the terms of your contract. Clubs will not want to just sit back and allow players to be able to dictate to them all the time. What is not the point of them signing contracts? If you can give a player a 6-year contract, you give him all these upfront cash as well. And then 2 years within the 6 years, he says he wants to go and you have no choice. You have to let him go. I think clubs look at all these things. Now, should players just continuously dictate the terms? So what power does the club have? And I think that right now, Atalanta are flexing the power that they have. You're under contract. We will not just let you go simply because you want to go if we're not happy with the terms that are being given and offered to us. I think, like you said, Atalanta, Ademola Lookman, his agents, Inter, they should sit down together in a room and they should try to come to an agreement that makes sense. If it's 50 million they want, okay, Inter is bringing 42 or 45. Okay, how can we add bonuses and add-ons to it to eventually reach that amount of money? If Lookman needs to sacrifice a little bit of cash, if he wants to leave that badly, then he should sacrifice the cash. Because this can get way worse very fast. You can say, okay, you're going to be training with the youth team. They can say, we're going to take your parking spots. We're going to leave you out of certain opportunities that might have earned him some extra money based on the terms of his contract. And he doesn't want that to happen. Nobody wants to not play football as a player, especially if you are fit.
Mm-hmm.
So I think that they should just come together, try to find an agreement that makes sense for every party involved.
Yes.
He has made it public, so now it's going to be hard for him to go back. But you know the unfortunate part of the whole thing? If Atalanta say, my guy, you are playing first game of the season, he has no choice, he has to play. If he says he's not playing, they will fine him. Then they will have reason to really withhold cash from him, and then it will hurt him more than he's already hurt.
Mm-hmm.
So they should just agree, just come together, sit down, and find an agreement. It is business. Business is not always rosy and happy, and everybody is excited. Sometimes in business, you have to have tough disagreements, tough conversations, and this is one of those tough moments. I feel like the reaction from Nigerians and from the Super Eagles social media was a bit exaggerated because you make it sound as if they are maltreating him, they are keeping him hostage, they are doing this, they are doing that. Lookman is not the first player to want to leave his club and have disagreements. He's not going to be the last. It's happening to many players this summer. It's something that keeps happening. But it's not something that cannot be sorted out. They just need to come together and want to sort it out. If he's not Inter, his agency should look for other teams that are interested in him around the world.
Mm-hmm.
I wish him all the best, man. I wish him all the best. I just cannot say, oh, Atalanta is wrong. They are doing this, they are doing that. No, I see it from both sides. Maybe it's because I do business as well. And I've had people that decided not to stick to the terms of agreement. I just wanted to hop off.
Mm-hmm.
It's not ever a nice feeling. So I understand how Lookman feels. I understand how Atalanta feel.
Yeah.
As fans of the player, we're always going to want the best for the player. But some people also want forget that the club also has people that are more loyal to the club than Ademola Lookman.
Mm-hmm.
And they also want the best for the club. The ownership of the club, they are more loyal to the club than Ademola Lookman. And they have to look after their club first.
Mm-hmm.
So remove emotion from it. Let them just come together and do what is best for everybody involved.